coming back to my question, I asked, is there any other ways to make those teams or NGBs to sustain themselves? Yes, Jay.
Oh, okay. I had a thing about how to sell shirts, man. You can ignore me then.
Be sustainable.
I think so. If we're talking about sustainability, we talk about volunteering a lot. I think a lot of NGBs look to grow too quickly and have lots of volunteers doing lots of different jobs, which are really impactful and want to organise this, and this, and that's great. But the analogy, I used it in a podcast today. It's like if you're playing a game of The Sims, you start off with 1 million coins, but you don't buy any of the starting stuff. You just try and build the big stuff straight away. Like you go for Flash. And I think in Quidditch, a lot of people are really keen to catch up, like teams, NGBs. They want, the big flashy stuff before they've got the foundations. And I think it's important to have 1 or 2 key leaders making the decisions, putting a plan out there of what you're going to try and do. Because to be perfectly honest, if you're an emerging NGB, you're lucky if you're hosting one tournament. One tournament is fine. Like the UK, which is a really developed NGB for Quidditch, hosts 3 flagship tournaments, and that's it. So if you're an NGB that's hosting one, that's great. Don't try and worry about a national team straight away, okay, which a lot of NGBs do. They want to play World Cup, play European games, play Pan America off the bounce. And what you need to work on is having enough people just playing. If you're an NGB that's got 4 teams, you need to get those 4 teams playing as much and seeing each other as much as possible. And it doesn't have to be this big stadium event. It doesn't have to be with a big crowd or in a really lovely facility. It's just about getting people in a park, get them playing, get them knowing the rules and going from there. I think it's not being afraid to grow too quickly. It's not being afraid to say, actually, we're going to leave off the national team for 1 year. We're going to leave off traveling to, Div 2 for EQC for this year. And it's about having a core leadership of 2 or 3 in your NGB, making sure games happen, and then seeing if that lasts and go from there. Because there are so many NGBs that have tried to bounce to having a national team straight away. Because people want to play, of course they want to play. But there's no point having an NGB if the people who are playing don't play enough. And if they can't play and aren't familiar with the game and the community. So that would be what I'd say is a way of definitely being more sustainable. You don't need money to go out into a field and chuck a ball about.
No.